Andrew, jail, Rishi Sunak, and of course the problems that can happen on a night out. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here. Nice to have your company, and as ever, thank you so much for joining me today. Would you want to? Yeah, we'll have a wave. It's a little chilly out here now. I know. Apparently, we're going to have a heat wave over here in the United Kingdom. Well, a late heat wave. Depends what you call a heat wave, doesn't it? Don't know about you. I've got used to this sort of milder weather now. It's a lot more comfortable, isn't it? I noticed on the bus the other day, you notice these things, don't you? That there was absolutely no open windows. It's not surprising we're all getting germs, is it? In the old days, you could open a window, the back door was open because you could climb on the back. I know, I sound like an old man, don't I? Back as ever to your breaking royal story of the day. Well, a couple of stories really. First off, I just wanted to share this with you about our current British Prime Minister. He's recently had his party week, his conference week. The Right Honourable Rishi Sunak. Now, he was in trouble, and it's all over the print press and digital platforms that he could be going to jail. And this was all about some people might suggest, quip regarding the former First Minister of Scotland, Nicola Sturgeon. Met both of them. Both have to say have clashed, as one can imagine, and Nicola has made no sort of recourse about her distaste for the British monarchy, or indeed being part of a wider United Kingdom. And let me just tell you this, apparently somebody from that particular party decided to report Mr. Sunak to the police, and allegedly, according to all the left newspapers, he could be going to prison. How true is that? Another made-up mainstream media story. Another story I wanted to touch on was this story about Prince Andrew and his battle to remain in or out, whichever way you want to look at it, at Royal Lodge. A lot of royal commentators do not understand exactly the inner workings of royal life. One commentator recently said, well, why didn't he just sell Royal Lodge and move off, say, to another country? Well, it's not his to sell. It is part of the Crown estate. Now, it was bequeathed to him by the late Queen Mother, and of course he then could in turn, as long as he keeps up with all the needy sort of repairs that need to be done, could then obviously bequeath that to his daughters, Beatrice and Eugenie. That's how it works. It always remains in the family. So for anybody to suggest that, well, why does he want to stay there and His Majesty the King could just boot him out and he could get the money, it's not his. While they pass things around within the family, it's not theirs to chuck away or sell. I mean, it's just so dim, isn't it, when you look at these stories? Because how on earth would you get security to get you past for a completely unknown family to live on a royal estate? You get the picture. And finally, of course, today there's another story breaking about the Welsh National Theatre. And apparently in 6 months' time, their funding from the Arts Council's going to be cut, and they're in uproar. They don't know what they're going to do. Now, I think it's always sad when theatre finds themselves in this position. But one thing I would say is this: if you put on what the people want, then you have no problem with the people coming to see you. Clearly, if you are going for the minority rather than the masses, you're certainly not going to make much at the box office. And double finally, I don't know if you saw this particular story that I thought would share with you in case you haven't. Les Miserables, the Cameron Mackintosh musical at the Queen's Theatre in London, was invaded by the Just Stop Oil protesters. Interesting to note, of course, they thought they'd got their point over. People just think they're stupid, ludicrous and childish. But the bottom line is, I do feel sorry for people who have paid £60 plus for a said theatre ticket for having their performance disrupted and ruining a great night out. It does their cause no good, and I'm sure you'll agree it's a little bit, or more should I say, more about time that these people were dealt with more severely. I'd love to know what you think to all these particular stories in, of course, the comments below. Do let me know, like and share. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.